What's good, y'all? Y'all in here locked in with Chuck Black, 757 Soundcheck, where we checking for the sound of Virginia. And today we got who we got with us.
We got Kelo Soul coming to you live. What's good, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. I appreciate you, man.
I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
I go by the name of Kelo Soul. I'm a music artist based in Hampton Roads, Virginia. Been doing music for about 10, 15 years. My sound is majorly based in hip hop, R&B, rhythm, a lot of gospel influence.
Can you take us back to your first memories of rapping and like what drew you to it?
My first memory of rapping is like at home, freestyling in the kitchen or something like that. With my pops beating on the kitchen table. You know what I'm saying? I think it just
Yeah.
came naturally. I feel like music and the hosting bug or the hosting trait or gene is in me. I know, like I've always had, especially my dad's side of the family, very much host a party, Soul Train lines. We passing the mic around in the backyard. They from Jersey, so I feel like that's big Jersey culture. Like
Okay.
anytime I go to Jersey, they always in the backyard. But they all moved down here before. So my first memories of rapping is around that time. But also I was in a choir. I was in a church choir. So being
So
a
you
church,
sang too?
yeah, I sang. Yeah, I sang for sure. Definitely sang. So I'm in the church choir and was in the church choir from like the time I was 6 to like 18. So church trips, we rapping on the bus. I played sports growing up. I'm rapping at track meets. So always been a thing. So it's crazy because I went viral in high school for like a high school rap battle. That was on YouTube. They got like almost 1 million views. Like before they even monetized YouTube, like 2014 or something. It's kind of crazy.
So how did growing up in Virginia shape your sound and your perspective as an artist?
I think Virginia is a very unique place, especially with it being home of where they brought us, right? Where they brought the first black
Yeah.
people. I think about that a lot of time and just the dynamic of how I think our people think differently out here. We also have a higher percentage of black people than a lot of other places in the US. I think Virginia's like 19, 20% black or something like that. But I think growing up in Virginia gave me different things. It gave me the rural side, it gave me city, and you got beach. So I think you got a lot of
Yeah.
different experiences in Virginia, especially if you can get to the different places. I grew up in a very rural area, one high school, like my high school was beside a farm. You feel what I'm saying? So like
Okay.
we yeah, so imagination is a big thing in the country, you know what I'm saying? And even sounds. Like I feel like you hear a lot of stuff, and even the colors you see is a lot different in the country than it is in the
Yeah.
757. So like how I used to dress, or like how we dress, or the patterns and stuff like that I would do. They say country people gotta,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So like I feel like though, think about that like too, like musically. I feel like the stuff I heard, like country music, rock and roll. I just had
Yeah, I
this.
tell people all the time, like somebody asked me to describe the sound here, and I
Mm-hmm,
said it was eclectic.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a measure of everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You can tell it in all the artists out here that I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, and I think a lot of people appreciate different stuff out here too because it is just so much different type of stuff. So Virginia is one of a kind, and it's hard to explain.
Who were your earliest musical influences and how do they still show up in your music today?
Earliest music influences, Jay-Z. I think that shows up today, and even me just being very serious about business and music and
Mhm.
like ownership, right? Obviously, I won't think about ownership. Maybe, well, I wouldn't say obviously, but like 8 years old, 9 years old, I'm listening to Jay-Z. I ain't necessarily
Yeah.
thinking about having a business, but the beautiful thing about music is as you grow older and you listen to that stuff you've been listening to, some stuff just start clicking different when you
Yeah.
get
You
to
saw,
that.
oh, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, so that's Jay-Z for sure. That's forever. J. Cole, of course, is a big influence for me as well. But also you got people like Alicia Keys, Kirk Franklin. I think church too, especially when you grow up in a family that like goes to church, or if my great grandma and mother to church. My grandma is a minister, you know what I'm saying? So I'm three-piece suit with my grandma at church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Love God, church is amazing, but I think as a kid too, you got to figure out a way for you to connect. You got to connect yourself to it, and for me, it was music. So the gospel music is definitely a big influence. All the songs we sing in church, the old Baptist hymns, like even
Yeah.
how I sing today is very like old deacon. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't care. I like it. So
Yeah. All right. So speaking of J. Cole, tell me the story you freestyling with J. Cole and NSU. Like, how did that happen?
yeah. So J. Cole made a tweet that he was in Virginia, and I was like, yo, he gotta be coming out here. Or he gotta be going to Richmond. Try to figure out where he's at, make some phone calls, figure out he's at Hampton. I'm in Portsmouth at the time, and I'm like, I can't get across the tunnel.
Right.
It's like 5 o'clock, so I'm like, I ain't even gonna do that, you know. But as soon as I saw the tweet, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to meet J. Cole today, and I'm a rap for him. Like, I don't know what else I would do when I meet him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, people be trying to take pictures with celebrities. I've met a lot of
Yeah.
celebrities, and I don't got no pictures with nobody for real. But looking for him, waiting for him, and so we figure out he's at Hampton, and then he's supposed to come to this side, supposed to go to the Norva in like
Yeah,
2010.
because I heard originally he wasn't gonna go to Norfolk State.
He wasn't. He was going
Yeah.
to. He went to the Norva because he had a show in 2010 that was at the Norva. It was like a big thing. I think it was a big nostalgic moment.
Oh,
So
so
he
he just
went
wanted to go back and visit there. Yeah.
tight time, and so he went there, and then he just went and grabbed some food at Waterside.
Uh,
So we drive around the Norva knowing he's supposed to be coming to Norva. Don't see him, don't see him, don't see him. And then we like, yo, maybe he'll be at Norfolk State. Drive to Norfolk State. It's me and my girl, and we out there, and it's like 300-400 students just running around, running at every black Honda Civic. Oh my gosh,
so
J. Cole, full sprints,
they said
like
that's what made him come out there though.
and 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 then I text my homie who told me J. Cole was in Hampton. I said, yo, I didn't see Cole at the Norva, like where he at? He said he at Waterside eating. And I said, word. And I sent him the video of Norfolk State. I said, they out here going crazy. And then you can see in the documentary now, the dude who I text is showing J. Cole the video
Okay.
in the
Oh,
joint.
so
I don't know
you
if it's
you
my
you
video.
you made that happen.
It could have been somebody else. I don't know, but
Nah, you we
I
gonna
sent
say
it.
you made
Yeah,
it. You made
yeah,
it happen.
I sent him the joint, and yeah, Cole wasn't. And when we put up on him and we talked to J. Cole before we freestyled, he was like, yeah, some dude showed me a video. I didn't even know the students was out there like that, so we might go out there, da 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 da. But yeah, me and my girl drive by. We leave Norfolk State because he told us he was at Waterside. Leave Norfolk State. Lo and behold, J. Cole sitting right there outside, had finished eating already. He'd already been inside, and he just sitting in the car, like chilling, listening to music. Honda Civic, two Sprinter vans. We drive past, make a U-turn, go chop it up. I'm just like, yeah, man, we fans. Talk to him about Dreamville Fest. He was like, you should do Dreamville Festival. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the name the same. We know,
Yeah.
and bought some of the CDs, got the autograph. He had him right in the trunk, and then Ib was with him, the Dreamville
Yeah.
co-founder. His partner, and so he was sitting in the passenger seat, and then got the rap for him, bro. It's kind of crazy. My homie called me as I'm walking up and was like, "Yo, what you doing downtown?" He got my location. I said, "Bro, I'm walking up on J. Cole right now. Pull up." He walked. He 5 minutes later, he appeared from the shadows. You know what I'm saying? And then
Okay.
finished rapping, chop it up. He said I'm talented and gifted, like keep making music. You know what I'm saying? It's dope and all that. And he showed love, bro. And then we got our stuff and we really just dipped. And then they pulled off and went to Norfolk State. And then that was it, bro.
So so what went through your head the moment when you saw him in the Honda just sitting there?
I mean, I was just like, I gotta rap. But before I even there, we riding around. I'm like, should I do this rap or this one? Like, I'm like, I got a couple verses. Like, I'm trying to figure out which one. I'm
It
like,
seemed like you
cause
picked the perfect one.
yeah, yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. When I seen it, I was like, "Damn!" And then I seen you drop the song with
yeah,
a cover, and I was like, "Okay, so like basically, like okay, he giving his all away." You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
know what I mean? But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, bro. So the timing was crazy because I've been had that, and it was like a song I wasn't gonna do nothing with necessarily. I was like,
for real.
I might put this on the next project. Da da da. I was, I think that's the beautiful thing about it is just like, anybody can say what they want about the moment or, the violence or whatever, regardless. For me, I know for sure if I didn't know already, that music is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. You know
That's
what I'm
why I was
saying?
about
Like
to ask
that's
you, like, what did it do for your career and your confidence? Like, you
yeah,
know,
yeah. The confidence I think was boosted because, bro, I've been rapping for a long time. I already don't think there's nobody better than me. You see what I'm saying on
okay.
some rapper stuff,
So J
But
Cole ain't better than you?
I mean, is Cole better than me? Oh, we gonna have to see, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't just gonna say he better than me. I mean,
Nah.
he's more established and successful at this point. But the goal is to be bigger than J. Cole.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
of
mean?
course.
So I mean, Cole is the goat though. So
And I ain't
I
gonna lie,
can't.
that
Yeah,
money, yeah, yeah. He tough
yeah.
money, man. You
He's
know what I'm
nice.
saying?
He's nice. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna. I definitely have more writing to do to get to a writing level of a J. Cole. But as far as the greatness that I know I have and what I will be, I think only I know that right now. You know what I'm saying? Or see it the way that I see it. But yeah, I mean, it's it's few people's pens that I look at and I'm like, I gotta write even more to get there. Like every day. Like I don't know if you know Nicholas F.
Yeah, yeah,
But
from Richmond, right?
yeah, bro. Like Nicholas F. had the craziest pen I've ever heard in my life. Like,
Yeah.
I got down to Richmond a few years ago and got involved with the Rap Elite and kind of fell upon and discovered Nicholas F., who I know a lot of people have known for a long time. But over the last 5 years, bro, like I ain't heard nobody rapping like Nick. You know what I
Well,
mean? Yeah, bro. The whole thing definitely boosted the confidence.
when you're writing versus freestyling, how does that process differ from you?
I don't think it's any different. I think writing is just the freestyle that I keep. You know what I mean? Or like the thought, like it's all kind of freestyle. You think about it. To an extent, I think the difference in the freestyle is a lot of times it's spontaneous, it's on the spot. It might not be exactly what you wrote. You might not have wrote it at all. You might switch
Right.
a few things in it that you wrote, or you use your surroundings or what somebody got on to, get a line or a piece to the crowd. So I feel like writing is a little more intentional in that
Right. Right.
freestyle is just, I might be going any direction. You know what I'm saying? But writing is this is maybe the topic, this is the concept, this is the scheme, or this is the feeling, whatever the case may be. I feel like it's crazy. I feel like my best raps I never write down because I just think of it in my head and it'd be so good that it just don't get all the way to the paper the same. Like, I'll just be driving or something and like some
Yeah.
crazy, like it's hard to explain. It's like
No, I know. I
if
don't I can't remember a lot of it. So
mm-hmm,
I'll be driving and I'll take out my
mm-hmm,
voice notes and just start saying stuff or
yeah,
writing it down. Like I got so many
yeah,
things on my phone, So
yeah, or even
so
just trying to get the pen to match the speed of the brain. Like, yeah.
how do you decide what stories, experiences, or emotions make it into your songs?
That's a good question. You know, I think I don't think I think hard about it. I think it just happens. It's like this is something I want to write about, and after I write it, if I still like it, it'll go out. Like I have a song called Mindful Meditation. I put that out in 2023, but I wrote it during the pandemic. I think, or it's around that time with all the police stuff that was going on, and the song is about being black in America. The historical crookedness of the
Right.
government, COINTELPRO, the implications of segregation in a real cool hip hop creative way. I'm throwing in pop culture. But for me, it was just a stream of conscience. I was just writing. Like I had to write that. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't, and then it's a song. You know what I mean? So I think it's
Yeah.
just the lived experiences that I feel strongly or that I can't not stop thinking about.
How do you see Virginia's rap scene evolving today, and where do you fit into it?
Mm. I'm thinking, who's the biggest rapper in Virginia right now? That may be the one question I think. Maybe me, but I mean, Virginia's rap scene is bar none. I think we got the best rappers by far than any other area. I think we also got a lot of diversity in those rappers and the type of rap. You got a lot of people out here going crazy right now.
Yeah.
So not only just in the 7-5, but
Yeah.
Northern
All of
Virginia, yeah,
yeah.
Central Virginia. It's a couple cats in Richmond. That's what I mean. That's I know a lot of people getting on some tours and stuff. So I feel like Virginia's rap scene is doing really good. I think there's a constant conversation of region and state and how we harness that potential or who's going to be the brand or company that everybody can kind of go through or what's going to be the identity of Virginia. And I feel like the identity of Virginia, especially hip hop, is that it's not a one size fits all,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's a lot of different stuff out here. It's people from all over that's here. So I feel like Virginia's hip hop scene is really, really on the up and up right now. What was the second part of the question? You said,
Where do you
um,
fit into it?
yeah, where do I fit into it? I feel like I fit into it by showing people, especially in Virginia, that you can have people pay for your art, right? I think that's a lot different than a lot of other artists that are out here, minus somebody like a Nicholas F, who
Yeah, I
has a
seen you go direct to consumer, and I was like, yeah, he know it. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm about to put it on streaming next week, but just and it and even with that, it ain't gonna be the exact same. So it's like if you buy straight from me, I feel like that's Number one, more empowering. That's something that I can show other artists. I hope that that's an
Right.
example that I can continue to set to people that you should try to, as much as you can, own your
That's how you
platform.
know you have real support.
Right,
Like people
right,
really, really they love your music.
right. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. So, and then you also didn't have that proof of concept, to show somebody else. I think another way I fit into the Virginia scene is that I empower a lot of artists, give a lot of opportunities, especially in the 757. Not a bunch of people always doing performances. I feel like we really DJ heavy the last few years out here.
Mhm.
So as long as I've been doing events, I always have performers at my events because that's why I started doing events in the first place, is because I wanted to perform in different places. And then that turned into my company, which is now Coffee Black. We do arts and entertainment. We're an agency. So, all over the state of Virginia, we got a tour coming up. It's going to be a lot of opportunities for artists.
Are there any local artists you look up to or want to collaborate with?
Local artists I want to collab with, absolutely. I want a Young Crazy feature. I actually want to get Young Crazy with a live band. I'm gonna put that
Mm.
out right here, right now. I'm gonna hit him up soon. So I don't know when it's gonna go out, but
You hear that crazy?
yeah, Young Crazy, damn. I rock with Stu Money. He's dope. And I
Yeah.
like though I feel I put them in similar categories. I like Zell Two Trill. Zell just dropped a crazy project. Um, and I feel like they all are in a more um their music got a little more bounce.
Yeah.
It can be played in different settings. It can be played in the club, trap, all of that. Like I vibe with it heavy, so that'll put me in a good pocket. But who else would I want to work with from this area? Um, T-Rific,
Hey, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Me.
yeah. T-Rific, G-Lit. Me and G-Lit got a song we working on. Who else, man? My
I think you
guys.
and Kevin Parker do it. I think y'all would do a good collab.
Yeah, I done heard his music. I done heard his music
Yeah.
for sure. I done heard his music, and he be with dude. I don't know. I think Chad's from out here too. And then you got some singers that I would like to work with as well. I like Shan. She's dope. She makes good music. Um, I like Sunny Moonshine. Not Sunny Moonshine. Is that her name? Sunny Moonshine. I would love to work with her too, but she ain't from out here. But yeah, man, I'm down to work with most people if it makes sense. I love to work with one of the DJs from out here. Like, easy to DJ. Let's do a tape. You ain't did a tape in a couple of years. Like, let's get something going,
Yeah, I
bro.
wish more DJs would get back into that.
Yeah,
Especially with our scene buzzing the way it is. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It would be good.
Well, you gotta definitely check out Zell Two Trill. He a producer from out here. So
Yeah,
he
I know.
made
I
yeah. Okay,
actually mentioned him in my first article with
okay.
Vid.
Bet.
Yeah. What has been the biggest challenge in your journey as a rapper so far?
Biggest challenge as a rapper so far, I think, is just um right practicality and passion. How practical is it that, especially in different times in life, that I follow this thing that ain't necessarily paying my bills right now, or you know that isn't giving me the fruit that I know it will eventually. I think that,
Right.
or it can be challenging sometimes to reach a goal or to complete a vision or a rollout, whatever the case may be, if you don't have the budget all the way to do it. So I think it's really just funding your ideas. I think that's usually the challenge for a lot of artists. You hear the term starving artists, but again, that goes back to the root of it. Finding you people who actually really support you and figuring out ways for them to pay you for your art, and then also putting yourself on, creating your own opportunities. A lot of people sit around and wait, or say this person ain't put me on this event,
Right.
or they don't do this. Like, yeah, man, you're the only person responsible for you. That's really
It's facts.
that's really
It's
it. You
facts.
you are as successful as I am or am not. It's on me.
It's
So
up to you, right?
yeah. So yeah, man.
So have there been moments that made you rethink your approach to your music or your career?
I think maybe one of my biggest challenges, yes, to answer your question, is right. I've worked in high level spaces. Like I worked at Virginia Mocha as a development officer. Development officer, I was responsible for a $2.1 million budget for a nonprofit organization, working with donors, getting corporate sponsors. I done worked at the news station, doing marketing and sales, worked for the city of Newport News, all of these corporate, roles. I went to college, you know what I'm saying? I got my degree. I didn't go full straight, nothing but music off the rip,
Right.
right? I tried it and around the pandemic, and I had to go back and get a job because I was like, I need some money. You know what I mean? So for me, I think that identity piece was it, like being myself, being Kelo, right? But then having to work in an organization or a prominent company and having to navigate it to an extent. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing that I think was actually more challenging for me than the money. Like, we can go find some money, but
Yeah.
but I think that goes back to the confidence, right? So, and the beautiful thing about it is everything I've done, I've been able to somehow, some way, come back and contribute to the music.
So where
Yeah.
do you want to see yourself in 5 years, both musically and personally?
5 years, 2030. 2030, I would have been on a couple tours by now. More established. Coffee Black is producing tours, not only for myself, but even for other independent artists. There's, of course, a revenue goal there, but, you know, household name, definitely in Virginia on the East Coast. 5 years, like I think 5 years, I should be damn near headlining festivals. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Shit,
five
you might be
years.
headlining something next year, this year, maybe. Shit.
Facts, facts. I do got a show. I got a lot of shows coming up. But I'm saying like festival, like Dreamville Fest, Roots Picnic, like
Mm.
you
Mm.
know, 20,000 people plus type.
Yeah.
5 years. Yeah, bro, 5 years, man. I see a house that I built. I keep saying that. Um, so I think that's the main thing. 5 years is really to grow the brand, grow the business, but and to make sure I'm certified on the East Coast in those 5 years, and then I'm able to do stuff nationally as well. So that'd be
So what's one milestone that you're chasing right now?
one milestone I'm chasing right now. Sway in the morning. Sway in the
Hey,
morning. Bars on
yeah.
I-95.
Okay.
I want to do the Five Fingers of Death. Like I've always wanted to do that on Sway in the morning. So that's a milestone I'm chasing. I
All
saw the
right,
Russell
Sway. We're
jump,
gonna
but
clip this and get
yeah,
y'all this fam Sway in the morning
Sway.
in this bitch. And bars on I-95. We're gonna get Kelo up there. You feel me?
Stop playing Five Fingers of Death. I'm with it. I'm so with it, man.
So how do you want fans to feel and react when they hear your music?
When people hear my music, they should feel. I think that's a big thing. They should feel something. You should feel. You should think. Um, but I can't say how they should react. Hopefully, they react in a way where they feel that the music was good enough for them to connect with and listen to it more and tell somebody about it. I can't tell them how to respond to it. That's just I'm gonna put the art out. And I put it out, so psychologically, I done already convinced myself that it's good. So it's like, yeah, hopefully, I hope they will respond in a way that I've responded to music, right? The way that what music has done for me, the feelings that only songs or music, certain music can bring to me, whether it's
I
joy
ain't
or
gonna lie, when I
tears.
heard when I heard the song that you
Mm-hmm.
when you actually played when I heard the actual song of All the Way,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, like that shit hit me. You know what I'm
My
saying? Like
man,
I felt it. You know what I'm
my
saying? I
man,
was like, yeah, yeah. Cause I
appreciate that, bro.
actually heard it. Biggs had told me about you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Before that, you know what I'm
word,
saying?
word. Yeah,
Yeah,
Biggs is a blessing. Biggs is a,
he
is a
is.
is
He,
a
he
is a
definitely is.
is a great guy. When you talk about the hip hop scene in Virginia, Biggs is a part of that. And Biggs showed me a lot of love. Right when I didn't know, when I wasn't working and still wanted to record music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Biggs figured out a way to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
that
I ain't
mean a
gonna
lot
lie.
to me,
He
bro.
he done helped me recently, like couple in the past couple months.
Yeah,
I came to the point where I was like, man, I was about to say, man, forget this shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And like you'll be around him and you'll because as an independent artist and as an entrepreneur, like you do so much.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably feel like people aren't doing as much as you do, and you feel like pressure. But I'm sitting around this dude, and he taking
Mm-hmm.
real estate classes, he mixing and
Mm-hmm.
mastering, and he making beats, and he mentoring people, and
Right.
so I'm like,
And he got kids. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing, bro? And he just
yeah.
keep going. I'm like, you know what? Keep going. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro. People like Biggs is important for the region, even not only to help, but even just to inspire too.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't make no excuse when you see
Yeah,
people
he a
working like
great man.
that.
I gotta get this man an award or something.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe I saw your flyer in the studio the last time I was there, or something like that,
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
song or plaque or something. I think.
No, probably my poster. The
Oh,
poster was
where,
yeah.
yeah.
So if you could give one piece of advice to aspiring Virginia rappers, what would it be?
My piece of advice to an aspiring Virginia rapper would be to compete with the greats and not your neighbors. You know,
Yeah, right there.
yeah, keep your eyes on your own hustle. Um, study, learn some business, or find somebody who knows some
Got to
business. Like,
learn it. No,
yeah,
even if you find somebody that
yeah,
knows
you
it, you
gotta
gotta
learn it.
learn it. You got. I be trying to tell people all the time, like, and it took me later in my career to understand that this is really 10% talent, and the rest of it is business. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, my uncle told me all the time. He like, I'll play my music. He be like, "Yeah, man, the music's good. I ain't know you're talented. The music is good." He like, "Let's talk about the other stuff." Like that's because it's a lot of talented people.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's a lot
yeah.
of not talented people that have business and they
Right,
excel.
right,
Yeah,
right. That they might miss that one.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. So let's get into this. I'm almost done with. Tell me about your latest project and what was the vision behind it.
so my latest project, Everything I Could Find. It's a 7-song EP. The vision behind it was a lot of things. It's crazy because I got a running note of project names that I could use in the future. Like this is gonna be the name of my next project. Maybe like 40 names in there. But this one wasn't. I didn't have this one yet. And with all the stuff happening, it was number one, everything I could find that I felt like was ready to go.
Mhm.
There's some more, but like without rushing the songs, and I was like, this is a good song, this is a hit. I know it, but I ain't have it recorded yet all the way, or so I'm like, I ain't gonna rush it. This is everything that I could find that was ready. Most of these songs are recorded. I only recorded one of those songs, like newly. I went and redid some stuff on some of the other ones. So everything I could find is also everything I could find in these moments in life where you gotta be realistic with what you're looking at, with your situation. You gotta be practical, but you still feeding the passion enough. Like this is everything I could find to write in those times where I was doing this or was doing that, still. So and I think that's kind of the scope behind the project is just no matter what, you can and it's of course one of the songs, you can really only go one day at a time. And in that one day at a time, you can only do one thing at a time. So it's everything you can find to just do what's right in front of you. You know what I mean? That's kind of the thing. That's the concept behind the project. It's 100% Virginia produced, all Virginia producers.
Who's someone to
Mixed.
produce?
We got Suffdale. He from Suffolk, Virginia.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got Gabe Niles. Gabe Niles did Dear Autumn.
mhm.
Suffdale did What's Really Important. I got like 4 or 5 more with Suff. All of them
I gotta
that I
talk
don't.
to him. I gotta talk to him.
Yeah, I think he in like North Carolina or Connecticut, something like that. But
Yeah,
he's tough. Soulful Loops. Soulful Loops is dope. He did most of the songs on there. So uh, yeah, Soulful Loops, Suffdale, Gabe Niles, and I don't think I forgot nobody. Oh, my boy Cone Fina. He did the last jump, the
okay.
Love jump. So
Are
yeah,
there any artist features up there, or just you by yourself?
yeah, just me. It's just me up there. Yeah, it's funny. I got a lot of feature music on the way. I really be like, I just rather make my music, or I'd rather make the music and just give you the song. Uh,
Mm.
but if it's not any collabs up there yet. But on my last project, there's some collabs, and then I got some stuff with some local artists as well as some artists from other areas coming out. But yeah, it's me. They on it. Biggs engineered it, and then Michael Millions engineered and recorded one of the songs as well.
And how do you hope fans react to this project?
I hope this project is a great introduction. Like, oh damn, he really good. Like, oh yeah, or like, I got to listen to him again. That's the reaction I want. I got to show somebody this music. Have
Mm-hmm.
you heard this? This dude from Virginia, or the reaction to it should be that. It also should be self-reflective, right? Um, the first song, as well as the third song, like one day at a time is a banger. Like it's a heavy song. It's talking about real life stuff. So, and that's what is happening throughout the project. So you should also reflect. I think you should think. You should be able to relate, kind of like you said
I
to
got a
Hardaway.
song
Like
called
you
"One
feel,
Day at a Time" too on my last
yeah,
project.
fire,
Yeah.
fire. So Yeah, I think that's the reaction I would want. I want people to relate to the project, to hold it as something that they see as a valuable piece of art, and hopefully share it with somebody else and come back and listen. That's the
What's your personal favorite track up there?
My favorite track is "What's Really Important." Uh, it's probably because of the beat. That's the song before last too, and that's the song I recorded last. But if not, "What's Really Important." Um, I don't know, man. If not, "What's Really Important," probably uh, "Bag of Greens." Bag of Greens. Most people's favorite is "Bag of Greens," "Dear Autumn," "Jack and Jill." Jack and Jill is a lot of people like that one.
So, what does success look like for you for this project?
Success for me for this project. My goal was to sell 100 copies before I put it on streaming. I'm at 67, and that's really without pushing it physically. That's like all online. So
Right.
that was one goal. My another goal was to get more exposure, to find some different brands to potentially work with. Even as a great platform, I've been able to connect with them and their marketing team and talk to them. Uh, so and the other goal was to feed the people, like put out more music, right? Like I want to make sure that y'all understand and hear my sound, and my, identity right now as an artist. So that was partially it as well as just to make sure that it was just clear that I was serious. Another goal, this circulate and get back to J. Cole and his camp. Um, and just hit as many ears, as many platforms as possible. Like, let's catapult and capitalize off this moment as much as possible, but also still focus on all of the things that we have,
Right.
upcoming. So for me, it was like, man, put the project out. As long as I've been telling myself, just put out the music. Here go the
So,
music
was that influenced by the meeting with J. Cole?
for sure. For sure. I was like, I gotta drop the song. I already had the song. Artaway was already done, sitting in my phone. My brother, I sent my brother Artaway like a year ago. He said, "Yeah, this is the song that was get out the hood, man." He was like, "This the one." That's why I rapped it, because he liked it, and my girl said she liked that verse out of the ones I rapped. So it's divine, but yeah.
All right. So, how does this release set the stage for the next phase of your career?
I think it shows people that I like to be in control of my music. I want to make sure people have a quality listening experience, and there's also layers to my art. It's not just music, especially when these visuals start coming out. I think people will see that even more. So, it's a story, but it's a piece of art that is layered. It's a song, it's a video, it's a photo. You know, uh, it's also fashion, right? The brand that I'm wearing in the shoot, and the guy who took the photo, and the street I'm on, like all of that stuff matters. It's all very
Nice.
intentional. So I think that's one thing that sets the stage. And just when you think about somebody like a Tyler the Creator, or a Jay-Z, like we mentioned, or like my boy Toby Nwigwe, I think that's how you say his last name.
Yeah, yeah.
Just their attention to detail in their production, or their art, like that's gonna only get better. That's only gonna get better. So yeah.
All right, man. I'm about to wrap this up with you.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Tell the people where they can find you at.
Tap in with me right now on Instagram at kelo.info. You can find all my music, all my social media, YouTube links, all of that at my website, Kelo Soul. That's KELOSOUL, kelosoul.komi.io, KOMI.io. That has everything up there. My new project, everything I could find, is out now on Even. You can also get that at my website, kelosoul.komi.io, or you can just go to kelo.info. Appreciate you, man. For real. Shout out to Veer Magazine.
Yeah,
And
man.
also shout out to Chuck Black. Shout out to the
Thank you.
Soundcheck. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And any other shout outs you want to give out?
I mean, shout out to Jermaine Cole, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, shout out to everybody that's out here that's just been showing love. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that ain't. I ain't seen it, but appreciate your time, bro.
I mean, I appreciate your time, man. I want to tell you too personally, keep doing what you're doing, man. Like you
Yes,
said,
sir.
you're inspiring people out here. I
Oh
see
man.
what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Hosting. I've been following your social media and stuff. Keep it up,
Hmm.
man. Don't stop. You're doing a good job, man.
I
And I
appreciate you,
appreciate
bro.
it. No
Thank you,
problem,
bro.
man.
Thank you,
All
man.
right.
We got to tap in, bro. Get in the lab too, bro.
Yeah, I'll be pulling
Yeah.
up the big.
Yeah. Send me something. You got something, bro. I'm writing.
Okay. All right.
All
Y'all
right,
heard
bro.
it yet, man. Chuck Black 757 Sound Check. But we checking for the sound of Virginia, man. Kelo Soul. Y'all make sure y'all look out for him. All right,
Go
bro.
get it.
Peace.
Peace, bro.